All right, Cancer, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for January 29th through the 4th of February 2018. All right, so a lunar eclipse here this week on Wednesday in your sign, in your first house. So great week to do a status check with how things have been going over the past 6 months, particularly involving your life path. And I think the theme is about developing now in 2018 the sense of independence, the sense of your development of your goals and your personal needs, and taking action and initiative in your life to develop your independence, your personal needs. So this is the North Node shifting into your sign now, these first few months of the year. And now with this lunar eclipse, it's magnifying this, it's helping you become aware of it. For some of you, there's been some things over the past 6 months. You've started maybe with your independence, with your goals and such. So this could be coming to a high point. But for all of you, it's about this awareness that you can now develop more of this independence and personal needs over the next 6 months. So we have that going on this week, along with a few other aspects. So let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, Cancer, here's your chart for the week. As a reminder, this video is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out that link down below. We're using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs from mainstream astrology. Now, I also want to make an announcement that I am going to be taking a break from the weekly forecast here for a little while. For those of you who've been following the channel for quite some time, do know that I like to take a break occasionally just to gain some perspective. Just get a little bit of rest from the weekly stuff. I've been doing these weeklies for about the past 4 years now, and on occasion I do need to take a bit of a break. So more than likely I'll be back at some point in the near future, and of course I'll still be doing the daily forecasts. So let's take a look here at this week for you, Cancer. We've got Mars shifting into your 5th house of self-expression right at the beginning of the week on Monday. So for about the next month and a half, really good, I think, directness with your self-expression. I think you can be very direct in general. Really good to take some action towards some of your hobbies, interests, things that give you joy in life, very motivated there. So very good to, I think, cultivate more of this self-expression over this time. I think you have the motivation and drive to do that. Now, early in the week as well, Monday, Tuesday, Venus goes over the South Node in your 7th house of relationships. So while this week is about the development of, like I said, your independence, relationships are the area that I think you're rooted in and really focused on at this time, but about bringing balance back to this area, right? This is the theme this year, really, of bringing balance back to your relationships. So are there any relationship patterns, maybe relationship values that you're letting go of to help bring balance back to this? Venus over the South Node will help you do this Monday through Tuesday. Then Wednesday's the lunar eclipse. Great time to do a status check. It's really the status check of the year for you, whether it's a lunar eclipse or just a full moon. This time of year is really good for this. But with the lunar eclipse, this is suggesting that the North Node is going into your sign now for this 2018. So really good year for learning more about yourself. Again, getting that ball moving, that initiative, that momentum, taking action, pursuing your goals, getting more independence in your life. Fantastic time for this. So do the status check. You're going to gain some insight, and based on this general insight, you'll be able to implement this stuff moving forward in the next 6 months, involving you and yourself and your goals. So that's midweek. Then on Thursday, Mercury does go into that 7th house of relationships. I think you might be thinking a little bit less in regards to your work and routine, maybe a little bit more in terms of relationships, which again is already emphasized for you. And over the weekend, the Sun does go over the South Node, helping you, again, bring some balance back to this area. Again, if there's any unhealthy patterns, you're letting those go. And if there's any old concepts of what you enjoy about relationships with the Sun, what you focused on, how you used to focus on relationships, that stuff, past life stuff, maybe even to just allow this energy to go, because there is some balance back, being brought back to your relationship sector. And maybe the key is a bit of that independence, because of course, in order to have good relationships, we do need to have a greater sense of self, clarity of our personal needs, and autonomy in our life. So the weekend does have Mercury sextiling Mars. I think there's this bit of, again, directness with your self-expression. Great weekend for that, but that could be coming through your relationship sector here this weekend. And Venus does square up to Jupiter as a reminder that it is a great year for home, getting your private life, personal life, and your health, developing your health. And so doing the constructive work with that, with this square, can be great, and that can definitely support your relationship sector, which is, again, where this is coming from and what's being brought back into balance this week. All right, so Cancer, have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon for the next daily forecast.